I just saw hundreds of beavers, and so can you. If you like an underdog story or films that somehow squeezed gold out of insane limitations, what might be the greatest wombo combo between Sin City and Elmer Fudd, then you might like hundreds of beavers. There are a lot of beavers. Did you enjoy Looney Tunes as a child? Tom and Jerry? Of course you did. You probably thought they were okay. It was on TV a lot. Now, do you want to see a much more mature, intricately woven film that inspires the artist within? A fair warning that the first 20 minutes or so of this movie might be hard to get through. I could easily see about half of the audience watching at home might drop off before the 30-minute mark. If you can make it through the opening title, which actually occurs about an hour and 15 into the film. So let's just say if you can make it to the 30-minute mark, you will have been slowly introduced to the fur-trapping world of hundreds of beavers. And in this film's universe, we have to spend a good amount of time to set up the characters, the rules of the world, and even the in-game currency. You start to realize that plot lines and arcs are being slowly set up very deliberately. There are a ton of gags, not just your run-of-the-mill Looney Tunes or slapstick, just genius level setups and payoffs. Ideas that come back and resurface only to be used in 15 different new ways. The charm of the film also does not wear off. It keeps stepping up the inventiveness. It keeps ramping up the craziness inch by inch, where at the beginning we have some run-of-the-mill hijinks with a hunter looking for food, all the way up to a beaver transformer and a beaver Johnny Cochran. There's a lot of beavers.
Well, initially we had a small investment from our Wisconsin backer, and we were only able to afford 5 beaver costumes, and we used After Effects to duplicate the 5 beaver costumes. But because the material that first winter was so good and impressive, we were able to raise more money. And so for the second winter, we had 6 total beaver costumes.
I could just imagine some whiteboard or notebook with a list of all of the ways that they could have rabbits and beavers and wolves just get brutally destroyed. And my God, there are a lot of them. The film never even limits itself to realistic physics, but every single gag is still going to have its own coherent logic. Like, it still makes sense. The main actor, one Ryland Brixton Cole Tews, that is a hell of a name, is not even a great silent actor. Like, he's missing a bit of the old Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, je ne sais quoi, but my God is he tenacious. Ryland Brixton Cole Tews, there's that name again, eventually throws himself down enough snow-covered hills to win almost anybody over. He does a great job, and the entire film almost rests entirely on his shoulders and the creative work that's surrounding it. I'm not sure if these are actual references or parallel thinking or coincidences, but here's a list of matches that I found. So he picks him up over his shoulder and spins him around and chucks him into a group of people like The Matrix Reloaded, maybe? This zoom in is Robert Redford and Jeremiah Johnson. It does look like Zach Galifianakis. When he's going up the water and he's running on the gears, it feels like a homage to Lupin Castle of Cagliostro, but I'm not sure. There's even a hoo-ah from Scent of a Woman, if you can find it. In the land of remakes and reboots, films like Hundreds of Beavers deserves more credit and attention than whatever the latest reimagining of a classic yet problematic film that Disney's pushing out there.
Because I feel like Star Wars is very like patriarchal, so it was kind of cool to have like this sort of woman-centered figure.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
Or whatever, oh my god, phones are like evil. Whatever story that Black Mirror is doing, you know, while you're just zonked out watching it on TV. There's some irony there.
What the fuck is this? How the fuck is this?
A fair warning to anyone who might be giving this a try, it is a mostly silent film, but the sound and music are actually quite good. It does take some getting used to or actual time to pay attention to. The effects are laughably bad, but what they were able to do with bad effects is simply awesome. Hundreds of Beavers is a weirdly inspiring example of what you can do with a shoestring budget, a subscription to After Effects, and a real go-getter attitude. So Hundreds of Beavers gets a 9 out of 10. It does deserve it.